Okay, here is my 2003 Honda Civic LX. Two-door. It's the same as the 2002 and the 2004. It may stretch a little farther beyond that, but I know that the 2002, 2003, and 2004 are fairly identical. We're going to change the... Actually, I've already changed the oil in the transmission. Remember, this is a manual transmission requiring a thick gear oil. Some things that you'll need. You'll need to go to a parts store and get one of these gadgets or something similar to it. This thing here is it says Flow Tool brand. Is a gadget to help you get your oil back into the transmission. Okay, it's got a valve that you twist here that is on and that is off. This part here attaches to either a gallon of gear oil or quart. This little white nylon thing is the adapter that comes with it that helps you attach it to a quart. The other end has a plug. Alright, so here we got what worried me at first was I watched some other YouTube videos before I tried to do it on how to change the gear oil in your manual transmission. And one guy actually took this entire breather silencer off, and it has 4 or 5 different bolts that are very well, hidden down underneath it. That it looked like a pain to put back together. What he was trying to do is get to the reverse light switch, which is on top of the transmission, underneath this box. And I was really worried that I would have to do that because I didn't want to. So I just asked around and asked the advice of the guys at the Honda place, and they told me it's really easy to do. And they said, so I'm going to show you how easy it is. First of all, besides that gadget, you'll need to have this, or at least a hose and a funnel. Okay, you'll need to buy some manual transmission fluid. This comes from the Honda place. With something like this, I would trust only the genuine Honda stuff. I wouldn't, unless I was just too far away, I would definitely go to the Honda dealership. This is probably, I think it was like $7 or $8 a quart, if I remember correctly. And you need 2 quarts of it, just 2 quarts, okay? And alright, next thing you'll need to do is find an old bottle of oil, or this is transmission fluid, clean it out, okay, and cut the bottom off of it. This will be your funnel. This attaches to the bottom of your adapter, okay? I got one hand, but it attaches right there, and then you have a nice little funnel. Alright, so now, you got your funnel, you've got your, I'm going to put this together. Okay. Be sure and clean this thing out good so that no other types of fluid get in your transmission. I've got it turned off. I'm going to turn it on. Okay, this is open, right? Alright, you see this? I got the empty bottle of fluid cut off like a funnel, attached to your gadget that you bought from a parts store. I got mine at O'Reilly's here in Georgia. They have O'Reilly's. We also have AutoZone and Advance Auto and Napa and all kinds of stuff. Alright, you get this and you just drop it down here, okay? Right in front of that, I believe that's a wire for the cruise control. And you just drop it down in there. And it's kind of dark down there, but you can see it goes down to where it almost touches the transmission. Okay? The transmission is not a very big thing. It's actually quite small. Alright, so I got that dangling down there. Now, I'm going to go under the car and show you what to do. I'm getting on my back. Getting under the car. Okay. Now, I'm under the passenger side, looking up. Here is the passenger side CV joint in the boot, okay? Real close to that, there are 2, there's one right here, and there's one right there. Okay, these are 2 drain plugs. This one is on the bottom. This one is close to the bottom of the transmission, as you can get. you'll need a 3/8 drive ratchet, and you just pop it in there, and you drain it out into an oil pan. There's my oil pan. Everything's kind of close down here. Okay. So you drain all your oil out into an oil pan. Then you go up here and you loosen this. This uses a 17mm wrench or socket. Okay. You take that off. When you get all the oil drained out, of course, you'll plug this back up. Then you take off your 17mm plug up here. The oil is drained out is going to be about 1.5 quarts. Okay, so when you get this out, you get your tube. Here's my tube, and you pull it down and you put it in this hole. Put this tube from your funnel, okay, into this hole. All right. Then you simply start pouring, slowly pouring your new oil into the transmission, making sure, of course, this plug at the bottom has been replaced. This is open, you got the tube in there, and you're slowly pouring in about 1.4 quarts of oil, of new oil. Alright? And then when you see that it starts to drip out because it's full, when it starts to drip out of this top hole, that means that the transmission casing has been completely refilled with new oil. Okay? And then you just simply get back into the car and get your plug and put it back in there. And they'll sell you this washer at the Honda place for just $1 or $2, something like that. I can't remember. It's not much. And this is a 17mm wrench. This is just the end of your 3/8 inch ratchet wrench. It's got a square hole. Okay? And you just stick your 3/8 inch wrench in there naked, nothing on it, and just tighten it back up. Don't over tighten it because this is all castings. And gently tighten up your fill, and you have changed the oil on your manual transmission. Okay, let me get back up here. Just to recap, you'll need 2 quarts of this. You're going to have some left over. You gently pour it into your funnel. The end of the tube goes into the top hole of the transmission. And then when it starts to, you can look down there and you can see it. You can see the oil going down the tube. It's very dark, and you can see it going into that hole. And when you see it start to drip out, and line up your oil drain pan under the whole situation so that oil doesn't drip onto your driveway or your garage floor. Okay? And I have successfully changed the oil on my transmission. They say to change it every 60 to 70,000 miles. I didn't really think about this. The car has 230,000 miles on it. But you know, when I drained that oil out, it was clean. It was amber colored like new oil. And I'm hoping that no damage was done. I haven't had any complaints from the transmission. So I'm assuming that I'm still good. But there you go. Here's your oil. Your gadget from the parts store that cost me $3.75. It's got a valve on the top. Make sure that's open before you start doing it, because it's hard to open it when it's already done in there and made that mistake. And just keep this around for the next 60 or 70,000 miles when you want to change it again, and you can keep your engine running good. This car, again, has 230-something thousand miles on it. I bought it brand new off the lot in Tallahassee. And it's been a real good car. The only thing I've had to do to it, other than brakes and tires, is the driver's side window motor went out, and had to replace that, and that was about $75. But there you go. Hope you got something out of this, and just hope you know it's a very, very easy task to do. You can do it in about 20 minutes. All right.